Hi everybody, this is Jessica Schab. I wanted to talk a little bit about my interview with Andrew Basiago. First of all, I remember when I met Andrew at the ranch, I was really impressed with how he was so passionate about his message and just wanting to share with anybody who would listen to him, and the length of time he could speak and share as well. Originally, I did share, I did actually record a video of him, and but it didn't work because it was a very windy day and the sound did not come out at all. And quiet Skype. And you know what I'm gonna do? I have a great idea. I am gonna go offline. Ha! Now, it's supposed to stop going now. Anyway, whatever. So I was kind of disappointed that it didn't work. So I thought, you know, even just with his people saying that he's David Wilcock, because when I did that interview, I never did a video one, and that's just because I did it over Skype. I was in Vancouver, BC, and he was in Washington, BC. He was in, I can do this, Vancouver, Washington, and I didn't want to record the video of him through the computer because that wouldn't look very good. And I thought, what's more important but just, you know, his message, audio. So I decided to just have the camera popped over the speaker on the computer. I remember also first meeting him that nobody really was giving him a chance to, or even wanting to interview him. And I thought, you know, I wanted to give him an opportunity to really be able to share his story, that it was really interesting. And I know what it's like to have a message and want to share it with the world and not know how to get out, or you know, who would listen to you or take you seriously and all of that. So that was really important to me, and I'm really proud that, you know, that interview ended up, because of that interview, he got asked on Coast to Coast and a whole bunch of other places, which, you know, is awesome. Congratulations. I like the idea of using the attention I got from Project Camelot, my little audience of my interview, to give people a chance to be in the spotlight and share their message, and also to allow them to speak as long as they need to, because it's very hard to be on the spot, and you have a time limit as well. You're wanting to make sure you remember everything, and so then there's also just I'm trying to remember where I am. I'm not reading this time. I'm trying to do this off of memory. Speaking of memory, oh yeah, in the interview as well, a lot of people thought it was rude that I was eating during the interview, and you know what though, Andrew was eating too, and I first, it was a very casual kind of a talk. I wasn't sure what I was going to, if I was going to put everything up or how I was going to do it. I had no plan. I just wanted to, you know, let the man speak. So anyway, I come from a background, or no, I've just worked in the modeling industry, and I really was not, I didn't like how they airbrush everything and change it to the point that it loses its original essence, organic, you know, the organic of what makes it so organic, you know, the perfection and our imperfections. So I just decided to keep in the food and and the lightning and the storm that was going on. It's just, that's the moment how it was, and that's honest. Now, I don't know, I probably, even if I knew that I would have so many people listening to that interview, if I would do that again, actually I would. Now, also, I'm no journalist. I don't have this background. It's obvious. And I learned very quickly that in interrupting him a few times, thinking, okay, I gotta ask him questions, and then he'll go. And I have my, the question on the spot that I want to ask right away, otherwise I will forget. So I realized that this man had a flow that he really wanted to be able to share. So I decided just to let him speak as long as he needed to speak until he would say, okay, what are your questions? And the only thing is when somebody talks that long and then you're finally able to ask your question, and particularly because I couldn't ask it right away, I wrote it down, and I'm dyslexic, so sometimes I'll try to read what I wrote and I'll have no idea, so I'm like, so I understand. I sounded very blonde in that interview, but whatever, it happens. Let's see, a lot of people are thinking about the content of that video, whether if Andrew's story is true or not, and for me that's not so important. For me, what is the essence of the most important part is that I know that there are the secret government, or are playing around with things like Project Pegasus, that they that time travel and teleportation does exist and is going on, and they are using people, and that people have a right to know this. First of all, to know our potential, what we're capable of, and how we're living compared to how we can be living, and also for other people who have had this happen to them, who don't have anybody they can talk to, or feel very alone. I really like to, share so that people don't feel so alone, and that they don't have to hide who they are and what they know. And I thought also that if this was done to other people and they heard this, it could maybe, and if they didn't remember, it could trigger their memory as well. So I think that's everything I wanted to say. Oh yeah, people thinking that he is David Wilcock. And now I met David Wilcock. I wrote David Wilcock, and I told him, I'm sorry, I'm the one that has the reason everybody is calling you up and saying, are you this man? So he did write me back, and he was really nice about it, and he understood. It just kind of goes with the territory. It's important for people to question. I understand there is so much manipulation out there that we need to be, what's the word I'm looking for? You know what it is. Discernment. Yes, thank you. And who am I thanking? Me, my brain. This is why I read what I write, because I don't want to waste time trying to remember what I want to say. Anyway, so David is, I can see how people can see the similarities. Now I can, but before I didn't see that at all. I never imagined that by doing this interview, people are going to think it's like, oh god. No. Slightly in the picture, yeah. And voice articulation, very much so after people brought it to my attention. So I think that's everything. I do plan to do another follow-up interview with Andrew Basiago because of all the questions everybody's been asking me. And I will get to that. Thank you, everybody, and take care. Bye. One more thing, I wanted to also add that it's really important to have people to have an open mind. A lot of people said, I don't care if this is true or not, my imagination is on fire. To me, having an open mind doesn't mean that you fall for every single thing, but that you are open to the possibility and willing to explore that rather than shutting you down, saying, no, this can't be true, I do live by the concepts that there are no limits, just beliefs, and truth is stranger than fiction, and in love with human potential. So I think we've got to be very, to explore all the possibilities and scenarios to know who we are and what's really going on. And yes, that's it, I think.